car you have behind you, the vehicle, I think is probably more the way we define it as the vehicle, is the CHR concept. So what you have here is actually a four-door crossover vehicle, basically. Hard to really define, as you heard in the presentation you heard earlier this afternoon. We're going to kind of let customers figure out, what does this vehicle kind of mean to you? It's built for young urban creatives, which people were calling yuckies, affectionately. And what they're really telling us is they want a car that kind of matches their lifestyle and their desire to have great functioning design. So we think we've hit a home run with this car. Glad to have it in the Scion brand, which is really the brand that Toyota uses to target 35-year-olds and younger. So we think it's going to fit that demographic very well. So it's exciting.
Can you tell me a little bit about the design? I can see the door over here. Does that open clamshell style?
So the door will just come out normally,
okay,
right? One of the design features, and I wish Ian was here, and maybe we can get Ian to send an email to kind of give you some more information, but they're calling it a diamond concept. So if you look at all the lines, there's diamonds in it, right?
Like the facets of a diamond?
Correct. And it also, you can't really see the interior because we've got some, this is obviously a mock-up.
Right.
But that'll also have a theme throughout, is this diamond. They call it the sexy diamond, which I'm not sure I'm comfortable with, but it does say a lot about the car in terms of the angulars. It's not very Toyota-esque, frankly. I mean, I think it's got a lot more eyeball than most of the cars that were designed today, but it's part of Akio Toyota's directive to us to make cars that elicit more emotion and are fun to drive. The fun to drive piece, you'll see we've moved the tires and wheels out, right, which is going to create a better handling vehicle, but it also accentuates those larger wheels. So,
and it looks like it's about 6 to 7 inches off the ground here.
Yeah, so it has it has a high ride height, but because it's on Toyota's new generation global architecture, TNGA, it allows for a lot more body rigidity, and so the driving dynamics of this vehicle will be very similar to a car, even though it has a little bit higher ride height.
I see.
And all of our vehicles, this is the Prius is the first one to go on the TNGA, but they'll have those better driving dynamics, which again is another thing that Akio Toyota has asked all of us, the engineers, the designers, to work on, is having cars that are fun to drive. Toyotas have always had quality, dependability, reliability.
QDR.
Right, Scion's known for that. Consumers are telling us they like that, but they're saying, hey, I want something that's a little more fun to drive.
Right.
So we're hopeful, and I think we've hit the target with this car, and I think they're going to have a great time when they get a chance to drive it.
It's fascinating to look at. Can you take me through the back? I'm just curious about these taillights. Yeah, wow.
Along the theme, I talked a little bit about the diamond theme, right? So as Ian and the team at Calty were designing this down in Newport, they wanted to have what they call jewelry. So that's why it's sitting up and out. So it's like a piece of jewelry sitting on the car. So it's up and out. Now, the production model obviously will be a little different, right? I mean, you can imagine this is probably a little expensive to replace if somebody hits it or hits the steering. But it's part of the design philosophy of, this diamond jewelry. So to me, it's one of the cooler back ends of a car that I've seen.
Yeah, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like that this taillight molds into basically a spoiler. It kind of looks like it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's a design element, but yes, I mean, it functions as both a spoiler. The lights you can see are integrated. You can actually see where the LEDs are integrated all the way through. So definitely a neat feature. Obviously we're going to ask to get as close as we can to the this as we get to the production, but it'll be a little bit different. But it's a beautiful car.
What's your favorite design element on it?
I think it's just the overall package. I think the biggest thing is Toyota's always been known for like small wheels and tires, and we need more aggressive wheels and tires.
Bigger, beefy, mean.
So when you step back from this car, I think just the belt line, honestly, and the bigger wheels and tires and pushing them out gives it this much more aggressive, sporty look, and that to me is the thing that I really like about it. But both the rear and the front are pretty distinctive, so I think that's also a neat element. But just the general design package has been. I remember when I first saw the car, it's like, that's an interesting car, right? And I'm a car guy. I love everything that we make, but for me to get excited, right? I get excited about the FRS. I get excited about this, and I get excited about kind of the direction that Scion's going. So I'm excited as I said, about the design of this car. And I think it fits well in our product lineup now, right?
Now this is a mock-up, so you're not going to see anything inside, nor are you going to see an engine or even a transmission, suspension, anything really. But here's what I'm thinking. Take the RAV4, shrink it down, use that platform, put a 2-liter turbo in it and a 6-speed automatic transmission, although it might be a CVT, and then you suddenly have yourself a neat little car. I'll tell you this, I think it's fantastic looking. The rear end is spectacular, the way they did the taillights mixed in with the spoiler. Hopefully, we'll get one of these soon. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. Hey, don't forget, we are covering the entire Los Angeles Auto Show, so click on me if you want to see more.
So this is our newest family member. It's a 2017 124 Spider by Fiat. And really the coolest thing that you can see about this car is when you look at the front of the vehicle and going along to the side, you'll notice that you'll have this character line that is signature on the original 124 Spider.
Which is right there on
Which
the
is
wall.
right there on that wall, right? So look at that classic. And you